sometimes. But some of the elderly people, when you say just like "nies" in your name, they say kind of like almost like saying grammar, like you're being kind of ghetto. I guess is the best way to describe it. You know, like "nieha nies," yeah, kind of ebonics. Like because there's some people that
Okay.
or just go "ni"
Not
and
like
then your
Ebonics.
name. Which is kind of interesting to talk to people who are when you're learning about Nahuatl from other people. Like I guess that's the one thing you have to. I guess I had an ex-girlfriend that was in linguistics, and we talked about basic things where people, we as someone, if we study someone and we don't know how to actually ask questions, we get misunderstandings about the culture or sometimes the sentence structure. Like, like there was one person. I remember my ex was telling me that they asked this one guy. It's a different tribe, but they asked this one guy, "How do you say that she is going in the canoe?" And the guy's like, "There's no way." And she assumed that there was no word for it, but she later found out that women couldn't use the canoe the way the linguistics wanted to use it, hence why there was no word for it. There was like no possibility for him to understand that. So there's a lot of like if you ask you like you have to ask questions in different forms and then try to figure out why certain things are, and then you're like, okay, that makes more sense. It's like I'm thinking Western and be like, oh, they're too dumb for this and that, but then you find out that the questions are like that. Did someone say, oh, or was that my neighbor? Because they have thin walls.
I mean, Professor Harris talked about that in one of his videos. He actually said when he was in the Mayan country that he asked how you say "I am asleep"
That's like you're
in one
dead.
of their languages, and they said they
Yeah,
actually don't have that phrase. He's like, well, if you're asleep, then how are you talking?
yeah,
Well, I mean, I imagine it would just depend.
yeah. It's kind of those things as a linguist. I haven't seen his videos, but a lot of people talk about him, and I'm like, I should see it, but haven't really seen it. The you, the is for the you as a subject. Yes. Um, Properly, it would be tejaties, and then it's like tejaties Jonathan. Okay, you are Jonathan, or the Jonathan, or the yes Jonathan. Is but like I said, from the Puebla dialect, just saying the Jonathan, it's like being Ebonics, kind of not proper on it, but to be, to be. Now you're making me think too much here. Which university site you're talking about? Oh, the Oregon. Okay.
It's like, yeah, it's some university. I think it has Jordan in its name, or maybe
Okay.
that's the guy's name or something. I think it is Oregon.
Um, like, let's see. Have more
So, like possessive prefixes, the way you talk in Nawa.
to be. I say to be sounds kind of weird. I'm saying there's like I am going to be, but I don't know about to be. I'm like I would say that's the same thing as I am.
Well, in classical, want to say something is something else, you just, like I say, like for example, if say I am something,
Okay.
like if one were to say I am Mexican, then we just see
Let's see.
Mexican or something.
Yeah, that's what mine has.
So like if you want to say the cat is black, then that'll be like,
I don't know the is because
I'm not sure exactly.
with Bebla it would
Okay,
just
that
be
just has to check
Midstone
my word
Tiltik,
order here.
but that's the
I've
same
done
black
some
cat.
think that sounds about right because if you
Yeah,
have to disambiguate subject,
yeah. So
and like the
Miston
verb
Tiltik.
is
Write that
black, so you
down.
just
Because I know
use the
people are gonna
word for
ask.
black.
Oh yeah. If anybody has any questions, ask. Tiltik. Damn it! Did it. Miston Tiltik. Yeah, that's about the best way to describe it. Como gato negro. Well, at least that's the way I know in Puebla. That's the way it's structured. It's like about. Let's see. Ga.
But then like if you use the e, then you have to put like the possessor, like whatever his name is, like after that or something. That might.
I think if you use an example, it would
I don't know
make
if that makes
sense.
any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that probably helps.
Like, let's see.
Yeah, it has mine as ka is the mark of assertion whose sense is pretty much it is a fact that, or certainly. But its use is so frequent that one can dispense it in the translation. Like it says, ka mexicat. That person is a Mexico. Or ka cocoyo. Those are coyotes. Or ka tet. It is a
So I'm
stone.
learning classical here.
Sounds good to me.
I'm sorry, my classics are throwing a wrench in everything. Oh, here we go. Like it's like to say, my book has like the child is shouting is ka
Bilin.
satsi in pili.
I'm trying to think of
Let
the
me type that.
Ka Statsin in Pili. Pili, I'm assuming is the kid, but that usually is, at least that used to be old prince, I guess you call it.
Satsu means shout. Okay, I think I have like an example like of what I meant earlier. Like if I say like
Itik.
et, that means inside it. So like if I say et in kali, that means inside the house. And then you'd have to put kali after the et. You can't put it before. That's what I read from somewhere. But you can also say like kaltik.
Galtik is more the
Like
proper, at least the Puebla, it's more the proper way of saying house. Galitik, to be exact, let me see, I'll write. Oh no, Chan is the house that you actually live in. Never mind, sorry. I'm thinking about it right now. Let me write all these down. That's
Is
what
that
I
what you
thought
were
he was
trying to
trying to
say,
tell
Jim?
us right now.
something like that. But yeah, I guess it could mean he is in the house because it would, if you're saying that as a sentence, it would imply that like the subject is just he, she. But you could say like in
So I'm used to all these.
et in kali.
So what is etik?
Eat means inside.
So I'm trying to remember. Was that anything?
Uh,
then when you make it et, the e is like a possessive marker.
Okay, would make sense because I remember Galitic. Um, that was what he said. If you're inside the house, you say that. Kali, Kali, typical house. Chan is the house that you live in, and Shalkal is like a humble home. Um, Bitanonchinti, Itik.
Because we need something like for the dang it.
I'd probably just say like Hetwan et in Kali. I'm not sure if that's actually what they say, but or Hetwan in either way.
We are. Everyone is. What do you say? We. Okay, so no, Tenochin was all of us as. But if we're saying we, it would be Tehan Tieske is what I'm used to. Tehan Tieske can be Kalitik because that sounds like we're saying we are the house. um,
So like, what do you mean? Like, how do you conjugate it? Like, like, like if one were to say in Spanish, like yo hablo, te habla, el habla, that kind of thing.
okay.
Well, basically that kind of conjugation. Um, like me, that's for like I, and then T is either you singular or we. And like if you want to distinguish that, you use a plural marker at the end. So like Michoka means that
See,
means
there's two
pride.
ways
That's
we
what
can
it means.
write this. Let me see. Like there's like neha tasota or ni tasota,
Yeah,
which means I love. Um,
and then like you put the if you put H at the end of a verb, then that makes it plural. So like T T choka means like we cry. But
Yeah, I'm
that
glad he brought that up because mine has an accent that it always uses. I don't know how to get it
yeah,
on. You see that little carrot top accent that I
oh
just put
yeah,
in? That's what mine has over the A to indicate
yeah,
we
because
cry to differentiate from tichoka, which is you cry. So it would be like tichoka, we cry.
there's an
yeah. Then
aspiration
like
Does
sound
anyone else have
in
that?
the Puebla way.
so like
How'd you do that?
Gotta teach them.
symbol.
I could never do that.
It depends on your what kind of computer you have, like what operating system.
Piece of crap. I
Let's see if I can
honestly
find the
don't
web.
think Windows.
I don't remember
But
how to do it on Windows. I've got a Mac here.
but to answer Sombra's question, like I guess it's more elongated. I guess tichoka as opposed to I guess tichoka.
But basically, with that
Yeah,
accent,
yeah,
that's just an
yeah.
alternative way of writing it. And like the way I've usually seen is just with the H. So like basically, that's
That's what
just
I've
means
noticed what most people have.